snow's all drifted up in here. I've got the wrong shoes on for this, but this is the same trailer I pulled earlier this week. Everything's looking good. My license plate on. Tires are good. But yeah, I gotta get that lock put on there. Got it all locked up already. Don't see any damage to the unit. This one's going through Fox Valley. It's about 400 miles, so a little bit longer day for me. Get the sewage cap put on here. And I'll make a video in a little bit. Okay, got this trailer hooked up. I didn't make a video on my way down this morning. I just honestly didn't really feel like it. Trailer's about 34 feet and just under 7,000 pounds. Same one I pulled earlier this week, a Sienna. This one is going to Wisconsin Rapids. I kept thinking Fox Valley, but it's Wisconsin Rapids, which is further. So it's it was 385 miles, about 5.5 hours from Shipshewana, where I picked this up. Long drive. I left my house this morning about 5:45, and I'll probably be getting home around 5:45 or 6 o'clock. So just kind of depends on how quick they get it inspected. I lost about 15-20 minutes at pickup, unfortunately, because they give you like a gate code. You like pick up at an office, and then you drive down the road to the lot where you pick up at, and the gate was frozen because of the drifting snow and stuff. So I put the code in, didn't do anything. I could hear it buzzing. So I called the office, and the lady said she was going to send somebody down, but it took them about 15 minutes, which, you know, is understandable. I had another driver show up behind me, and we tried to move the gate ourselves. It didn't open. And then we just kind of stood there and talked for a little bit while we were waiting for the maintenance guys to get there. But I didn't get his name or company that it sounds like he runs for himself, because he was saying he just works directly with the dealership, and he runs twice a week out to like Houston, Texas area. So he was basically saying he lives right there in right by Shipshewana there, or Goshen. I can't remember which one he lives in, but he lives right in Indiana there, and he said he does about 2 deliveries a week out to Texas. And you know, we didn't really talk like pay or anything like that, but I'd imagine if he's working directly with the dealer, he's probably getting a higher pay. Yeah, he's gone a lot. So I was just telling him that I do the short loads, and I'm back every night. So he thought that was kind of cool to be able to be home every night, which I agree. And then on the other side of it, I kind of look at it and I'm like, yeah, like that, you know, it'd be kind of cool to run out to Texas. And I guess for him, maybe it gets a little boring though, because he probably is taking that same route every single time. But on the flip side, I guess you know where you're going, which is nice. Probably doesn't need a GPS anymore. Just keep it, depending on how many times he's been out there, just knows what he's doing, knows the process at the dealership and stuff like that. So, yeah, seemed like a decent guy. We just kind of got to sit there and talk while we waited for them to open up the gate. And then there was like a lot of drifting snow in the parking lot there, which I'm wearing like Hey Dude shoes just because I like to be comfortable while I'm driving. So I usually either wear these or just tennis shoes, depending on if I went to the gym or not. And I wasn't expecting the snow to be so drifted up because of the wind and stuff. So it was like over a foot tall in some places that I was trying to walk. So my feet got a little bit cold, but good now. 2 issues. I think I mentioned it in one of my other videos, my signs for my DOT number. The one on the driver's side of my truck during that 51 mile an hour wind, first time, and then like a week or two later I hit it again. My sign like ripped out of the window trim and bent up. And yesterday, by the time I got up to Slinger, Wisconsin, it was like basically jammed up into my window, and it was sticking straight out. So I've been bending it back, but it's not really like it won't tuck underneath the trim anymore. As soon as you roll the window up, it pops out. It's not really moving today, so I must have got it kind of bent in a decent spot, because yesterday I ended up taking off my placard because it was just tapping on the window the whole drive, which got really, really annoying. Just literally just tapping away for hours will drive you nuts. So I gotta figure, I fixed it because it's not doing it now. It doesn't look great because it's kind of sticking out a little bit, but as long as it's not flapping and smacking the window, I'll be okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna see if I can bend it back with a mallet, like pound it down, or I'll just have to stop and get a new one. But they weren't really cheap for 2 pieces of metal. It's like $60, and it's probably gonna happen again, I guess. So not really something I want to keep doing. I'm gonna have to look for a different option long term. But we'll see kind of how that goes. Other issue is truck related, and I don't know how it happened, but my driver's side seat, the stitching is starting to come out. So it's like where the leather meets on the bottom part of the seat is separating. So it's not like a rip in the seat, it's just the stitching started loosening up. I'm kind of like, I'm not a small guy, so I understand that the seat's going to get some wear and tear. I am like 230 pounds, but I only have 135,000 miles on the truck, and my last truck had over 200, and the seat wasn't doing that. It was a different style seat. This is a Platinum, that was a Lariat, and that was a 15, this is a 19. That one started to get like the side bolster wear, where like the leather was like cracking, which at 200 plus thousand miles, like that kind of makes sense to me. This one, I don't know if it's just like a freak thing where the stitching is just loosening up. So I'm gonna see if I can find like a shop local to me that can tighten that stitching up, or because otherwise the seat's in good shape. Like it's not wearing bad or anything like that. I kind of figured by somewhere north of 200,000 I'd start to have some issues with the seat, maybe get it rewrapped if I need to or something. But so it's happened a little earlier. I've never had a truck that did this, so I don't have like a shop that I know of that fixes these. So if anybody knows of a shop, specifically hopefully in like the Chicagoland area, that can do something, if not, even if it's like Indiana where we pick up the trailers, or somewhere in Wisconsin I can stop at while I'm out that way. I don't know what kind of time frame they would need to fix something like this, but I want to address it before it gets really bad, because once the stitching really starts going, then the seat probably will rip, and I don't want to have to spend like $1,000 rewrapping this seat. So hopefully it's relatively cheap and easy, quick fix, but we'll find out. I'm gonna probably do some research in this weekend, see if I can find something. I'm still kind of on the fence about whether or not I want to try to run a load on like Sunday this week. I know the wife's got some plans with the kids this weekend, so I'm almost thinking that I'll probably just take the weekend off and see if I can't get 3 or 4 loads next week. Luckily, this load today pays like $770, I believe. So even though I would only get 3 loads in, I'm still like almost at that $1,800 mark. So it's not terrible. I like to gross over 2,000, but 1,800 or 1,790 or whatever it ends up being for 3 days of work isn't terrible. This is the only long day where I'm going to be out like 12 hours. The other 2 days, I think I was less than 10 hours. I think 9 and 9.5. So right around 30 hours, 31 hours made a post on like my feed on YouTube. I'm gonna just leave it open where people can comment any questions that they have, and I can answer them in like a video form. Right now, I think there's only like one question, so I'll wait until we get some more, and then I'll just do like a video where I'm replying to questions related to RV transport. I mean, you could ask anything, I guess. I was kind of putting it in there more related to RV transport, but you know, if there's a question that you have, as long as it's not like super personal or anything like that, I'll try to answer it the best I can. But I get a lot of emails lately, which is totally cool. But there's probably some repetitive questions that other people have. So you know, if we put them there, I can answer them. The only thing I'm not, you know, going to put in there is the name of the company, just because that's, you know, a conversation I had with the owner of the company, and we're going to keep that not on YouTube at this time. So like, if you do want to know, you're gonna have to email me, and I'll email you his information, and you can contact him. And I don't make any guarantees. I don't know if we're hiring. Don't know if we're looking for anybody. I will say, usually I don't think that we hire anybody that doesn't have experience. So I kind of got lucky there. I think a lot of times they're looking for someone with experience that's already worked in the industry. So just something to keep in mind. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but you know, it's a possibility that it's not going to happen just because, you know, you don't have experience. And it just depends on, you know, you got to be a good fit, because we do have to run more loads than some of the larger companies that only require like the one. You know, we require 12 loads a month. So that's also something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'll still watch my emails, and I'll answer questions there. But I just figure if anybody has questions and they want to send it, to put it in the feed I put up, and then I can answer those questions so that people can get the answers that they're looking for. That's all I got right now. I may do one while I'm dropping this off, or after I drop it off, something in there. I'll figure that out. Okay, got that trailer dropped off up in Wisconsin Rapids. Overall went pretty good. Had a little bit of trouble just waiting for someone to come check it in. So luckily they let me unhook everything, and the guy, because some of the times the dealerships want you to leave it hooked up so they can run the slides out. Some of them don't care. This guy, the service manager, just said he just wanted to do a quick rocker on the outside. So, which is really kind of how it should be, because we're not responsible for anything that's in the inside there. So, but yeah, so I got it all unhooked, went back inside. They had found someone to check it in, and you know, he said it was all good. But lost a little bit of time, not the end of the world. And then kind of the same thing that happened to me yesterday happened today at the gas pump or diesel pump. When I got there, they were all full. I went to TA right over because the way I go up into Wisconsin Rapids, I kind of go over by like Rockford, and then up into Wisconsin over there. And I stop at the TA as soon as I get over the border, because it's about 50 cents a gallon cheaper than Illinois. And I'm guessing that's just what everybody does, because the amount of trucks that were at the fuel station, I had to wait in line again, which it worked out because I could see that nobody was going to be moving anytime quick, so I ran inside, went to the bathroom, came back out. I was still waiting, not ready to pull up yet, and then one opened up, so I pulled in. But then, of course, when I was going to leave, it was like empty, you know, and it was almost like everybody stopped at the exact same time. So lost a little bit there. So overall, I'm going to be getting home about 6:15. So 12 and a half hour day. The load pays $7.70, and fuel, I actually did really good on fuel. Probably only about $100 there wasn't a lot of wind today. Because I had filled up yesterday before I made it up to Slinger with that load. Like, I think it was like 10 or 15 miles south of the dealership. I filled up, dropped that off, deadheaded home, and then this morning I deadheaded it to Shipshewana, and then hooked up and made it all the way to the Wisconsin border. I still had a quarter of a tank left, but I knew I wasn't going to make it all the way up to Wisconsin Rapids, so I figured I would stop. I had to go to the bathroom anyways. So I did that, and I think I had like 2.5 hours left after I stopped. And then, so I calculated then my gas mileage was 13 miles a gallon pulling, which is pretty good for me. I don't usually get that lately anyways, with winter fuel and wind and stuff. Got it dropped, I'm headed home. I still have 68% fuel, so I'll probably get home and it'll have about 45 to 50% of fuel left. So maybe a little over $100 in fuel today for that load. But it worked out really nice not having a lot of wind, because I wasn't sucking the fuel down like yesterday with the 30-mile-an-hour winds. I think I was only getting like 12 miles a gallon if I'm lucky. So overall went pretty good. I did end up requesting a load for the weekend, but I kind of, the way I put it was like, you know, either Sunday or Monday. So you know, I'm gonna kind of see what our schedule looks like for the weekend. If I'm available Sunday, I'll do a run on Sunday. If not, I can always take it on Monday. So I just wanted to have a load ready to go, at the very least for Monday morning. Because usually the way we do it is I'll talk to my dispatcher on Monday and get a plan for the week, and then usually, you know, I'll run like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if I'm lucky. But I think they're calling for more snow again next week, so if I can get ahead of it, and I really would like to get 4 loads in next week, especially if I